I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me.
No affiliation, why they thinking this was debating. We the real, they really imitation. I be contemplating why this ain't no like heavy rotation on radio stations. I just pray the Lord give me patience, cause I'm running through these rappers like my name Walter Payton. Shitting on these rappers, 9 to 5 is my occupation. Raw, you come in with your best troops, you best bring more. Already told you I got the juice like Orenthal. Already know what I'm about to do, bet your men fall. Everyone know that we got the truth, all your men falls. So lost, overtaking our enemies. Moves calculated and orchestrated like symphonies. Smooth operated when bringing haters the misery. Top 5 list ain't shit unless you mention me. Yeah, that's why we don't associate. Fuck niggas, make them more fuck niggas. Why they procreate, why they overhate, cause they time is short and a moment late. Let it culminate to they harder race and they palpitate. Cowards perpetrate like their little group is respectable. Talking intellectual, all of you homosexuals, faggots.
There's no one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
I don't want to congregate. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want the fellowship. I ain't trying to build with you. Ain't the UPK, ain't the truth. Keep it real with you. Defenders of the faith, I got no problem bumping heads with you. All that bullshit, you could take it over there with you. Rather be a houseboy. Rather run with them field niggas. Show them to put in work. Move mountain, crush hills, nigga. Take a dead soul, free life and make it live, nigga. No affiliation, so it's no one to compare with us. Took the Lord's laws and just added it with fear, nigga. Ain't for the body, cause you know like killer head quicker. With these bars, I'm on my grizzly, so bear witness. You spit cold, I spit flu. Don't compare sickness. You floss diamond, I floss fringes. Don't compare dentists. UPK, we men the wall shit. We ain't Christian. Harm one of us. Get pistol whipped like the gun got a belt with it. I'm bred different. The competition just a mill. I'm fed different. I stood front line on them fields. I bled different. I'd rather be a corpse than a cow when I'm led different. Shit, I'm led different. Come through like a juggernaut, so don't get in the way. And we take everything serious. We don't play. I wonder now what they gon' say. Shit, we make profits out of shooters like the NBA. You get slayed for switching sides, nigga. We ain't on the same page. Immaculate conception. Wow. These niggas bitch made. I'm sticking with the foundation where my bricks laid. You switch sides, I'd rather switch K's. You was never with us, nigga. Just know we on mission, nigga. Right hand hold the scriptures, nigga. Left hip hold the pistol, nigga. How you want it? You can get it spiritual or physics, nigga. Wrong ones to come against, so bring an army with you. No affiliation. When you see us, make the difference with us. No affiliation. When you see us, know we different, nigga. No affiliation. So no, you can't kick it with us. The wrong ones to come against, bring an army with you.
And I'm the nice guy.
They think I'm playing on this track right here now. It's a full grown man right here.
ISUPK, no cowards, no excuse, you understand?
You understand? It's an event every time we come through. Commanding General Yohanna and this heavy hitting crew. Real niggas with an attitude. How about you? I repeat, real niggas with an attitude. How about you? The Chronicles of the King, 69 to the present. Hardcore, now supreme. We ain't never been a peasant. Like the ghetto was a present, holding everything blessed in the Most High's present. It's silver and gold is precious. They thought it was effervescent. Get in class, learn your lesson. Out the belly of the beast will increase. At least observe the beast of Yahweh. Eat some lamb, make connections. He's a little sanctuary, no question. We ain't ever been crabs in the barrel. This is life under Pharaoh. From a lifestyle of Pharaoh to walk in the straight narrow. More right than your average barrel for the price of a sparrow. Using practical knowledge. not just an arrow. This is ice in the mirror. They cutting us like the grass, keep plucking us out the past. It punish us out the ass. I tell my people that love them about the criminal justice, about the past. Then we stuff in the ego. These vultures are evil. Just look at what they done to our people. Covered up the face of the judges with paint off the easel. I be meditating terrorists and deliver my keynote. U.P.K, we got diesel. No cowards forever. We go while you use us like we bringing back the Lord's nation with much long suffering. The camp is in concentration in spite of the correlations. They faggots in formation. They be taking an evil. We got the stage and invasion. We got the streets in a rage. Once the priest hit the pavement, vengeance from the Lord is the white man payment. The prophets of Yahweh ain't nothing to fucking play with. Some of you gone lukewarm, my niggas stay lit. Y'all complacent, we stay spitting yoga fire in your faces. Freeing the flock of the slaughter from out of this matrix. The definition of racist is believing you're on top. And as a matter of fact, we got that position every block. It shouldn't come as a shock. SHALAM won't stop when we come back to our power. Who wanna walk with the bomber climb? We keep the summer hot, winter on icicle. You get that spiritual power, ain't gotta buy a pistol. Ripping bodies caught by the crystal. No harm, you're struck by a missile. You serve Yahweh, you're invincible. Gotta be one of the 12 tribes of Israel, a nation under God indivisible. Our power is critical, from analog to digital. We coming back. U.P.K ain't running, but we running that pay your tithes for that money. Yeah, put on the dummy hat, thinking it's cool. We're not hosting an intergalactic character. We're torn, erase the horn of his people for rulership. U.P.K gon' be ruling shit. Yahweh shot is ruling with an iron rod. The only dialogue is kind. I don't want kind. You don't like it? You could die a fugitive and vagabond. Me, I'ma have cattle and a catalog of slaves. Tell the nations get in shape. Otherwise we do nuking them. They gonna build Jerusalem. Christians would call it safe. You can call it what you want, but them roads better be gold paid straight out of these OKs. 1,000 years for sin, picking cotton, no shit. Finger pricking, blood dripping from all the thorns. I'll be keeping the bench warm. You've been warned before they disappear. You've been warned.
Let me tell you, that's the power of
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10.
What is it?
Well, how did it start out? This is G-Man, it's about that time. G-Man in the house and it's about that time. I ain't heard that shit since like 87.
Purchase your tracks today.
Like, how did I wasn't even born yet? You wasn't even sitting in the daddy at that time.
Know the people been waiting for a minute for something authentic. Came in the truth and bossed in it, made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image. U.P.K whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage? 2 words for soft niggas. What is good riddance? Don't affiliate with feminist symptoms. I know you feel me, nigga. This a death threat to hip hop. You don't stop that weak shit. I'ma mix your lean with some grimlock. When the last time you heard it this raw? What I wish for is when the earth inherited by the piss poor. We been to war, them the ones I'm taking risks for. Ain't got no pics or no cars to hold. Holy angels watch my steps and block guard my soul. Can't let them leave my body cold. I know you feel me, nigga. Let the wicked weep and the meek prevail. God never been 50-50. I shall now awake and sleep a still. Let the righteous cry, silence the pretender. A rebel without a cause, as long as I remember. Not taking the kingdom, the only thing on my agenda. Can't avoid me, nigga. Middle finger to the ones that try to destroy me. Revenge of beauty, I'm a beast. I told that bitch she can't eat unless she join me for dinner. My God ain't got no regard for a sinner. When Paul fall on him like timber, I know you feel me, nigga. In the eyes of terror, I stand still. Go to work for the colony, bring it back to the anthill. Plus everything I drop heavy as an anvil. Show you how to stand like a man in this damn field. I know you feel me, nigga. Fuck equality, it gotta be one man win and the rest lose. Wave devastator, I'm calculating my next move. U.P.K with real niggas seek refuge.
Body shots for calls that'll get you bruised. My niggas whole ranker, check your little attitude. I came to fuck up your mood on your little holiday like I'm Mr. Scrooge. Resurrected from the grave, walking from the fall. Visions in my eyes, gripping the mic, screaming God bless the underdog down by the letter. And live by that protocol, walk by faith, not by sight. Ain't no hope in getting struggles. Life like several war resist. Don't get pulled into a world that never left you. I will endure. Election will be your correction will be swift. No Will Smith, but I am legend. What else would you call the killer of deception? A leader got soldiers on post in every direction. On go like a German shepherd. Young and a restless, wear honor like a diamond necklace. I know you feel me, nigga.
Our culture, not a culture like, let's say for the sake of argument, there was some Israelites in Africa who wanted to red, black, and green because they wanted to be African. Is that right or wrong today?
Purchase your tracks today.
Captivity, following after other cultures. So why would we try to resurrect those cultures? It's no different than if you can be RBG, then you can't get mad at Christians. You can't get mad at Christians.
Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. Toting blocks, heavy on the block. While a crack tucked in the sock. Instead of help the ones I love, we was on the block for the grub. If you from my side, then it's love. Wanted big knots, busting up the jeans, but we was hurting on the fiends. Without that crack, you look just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete, but the white man dealt his hand, so we eating up the trash can. People ride by, don't extend a hand, cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it, I can never leave my spot vacant, cause I'm black. I see crowns and I take it, cause I'm black. I never been in no spaceship, but I know a UFO when I see it. I know that it's gonna come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible reading, so I don't play that shit. Address him when you see him. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. I wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. I wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Learn to flip pennies cause I'm black. Know about semis cause I'm black. Yeah, in the hood, we was strapped 10 toes down. We wear sacks, substitute Israelite with black. And you gotta guess where I'm at. I be with the priest chilling hard, right on Malcolm X Boulevard. To you niggas, to me the stars. Everything about my life is hard, but I'll never fold, play my cards. You want beef? What's the cause? Watch your mouth, I hit hard. Back up for you need gauze. Everything you say, mad pause. Every move I make is within them laws. And I've been the boss cause it's beneficial. Ask the enemy, I've been official. If not for weed, I've been the official. Homie, I understand why you smoke. Been depressed since slave boats, but the Bible is the G code. Far as blunts don't need those. Brotherhood is life's G code. Like cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. I don't gotta buy J's cause I'm black. I don't play 2K just cause I'm black. Fought my whole life cause I'm black. But I left his eye blue and black. Ain't got a trap cause I'm black. Ain't got not one face tat. But I'm still getting profile, cause I fit these crackers profile. Scruffy beard with the dark skin, baggy sweats with the butter Timbs. So they know they can't butter him, so they rather jail cell muzzle him. If you touching him, ain't just comfort him, cause I'm a law keeper, a peace breaker, no tranquility, a peace breaker. Deuce in the street sweeper, Curtis flip, I be spikes and shit. But gunned I would die in the icy wrist, that showed in my chest ain't for blocking shit. Touch me, I'm all on you blocking shit, cause I'm black, you think I gotta cock the fifth? Well, that's a stereotype, that's accurate, cause crackers laying niggas in these cold streets and then telling my brother he gotta beef for me. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black, ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. So I'm black.
If you want to cross the line, you'd have crossed it. If you want to play games, go play that shit somewhere else. We got business to do here. Cross the line or get the out.
Yeah. The mic's on? Oh, I can't hear. Oh, yeah, I can hear myself. Maybe my volume just ain't loud enough. Yeah, like, oh, that's a little too loud. Okay, let me rewind it, bring it back. Hey, hit that horn again. Hit the horn. Yeah. Y'all know how we do, man. You're on live with Cross the Line Radio. Yep. With your man, Captain Tazar. My right, always in the building with me, Captain Katazar. Big up to the brothers in the room. A bun. Zabalawan, a box like a badges, Zabalawan, a sharp, a top, man. Big up to all the brothers. Katazar about to kick the rap that's gonna bring G-Man back to life. I want to big y'all up, man, for joining us this week, man. We got a special guest that's supposed to come on today. A sister by the name of Cidney Green is supposed to be on the show today. Should be a very interesting show. I want to see how she's going to tell me the orgies that she professed to do or perform in. How's that beneficial for the Black community? What I've noticed when I watch the videos, and I'm gonna save some of my commentary till she gets here if she shows up. What I've noticed, a lot of people think it's funny when she brings it up. Nobody challenge her, and when I say challenge her, I mean I really want to know what is the purpose of doing this. Like, how is this beneficial? So I want to kind of save some of my commentary until she gets here. So with that said, I do want to tell an interesting story. And this is going to segue into why I hate RBG Israelites, or as they call themselves, Hebrews, which we're not Hebrews. Hebrews is a language, we're Israelites. So now the story I got, everybody know my stance on Africans. I'm probably one of the more famous ones for the video with the Hamite, little Hamite boy.
You went viral.
I went viral with the Hamite boy. And I put up the video. For those that don't know, on my Facebook page, you can see the little Hamite's response when he says, I'm not gonna lie, if you did that to me, I would hate you and your family. Even that boy at 12 years old or 14, however old he was, because he's a free man, he understands what vengeance is. He understands what it means to have some integrity for your ancestors, something Black people have a hard time finding. So everybody knows how I feel about Hamites. So I work in IT. Believe it or not, I'm a network and voice engineer. That's my position. That's my title. Network and voice engineer for a pharmaceutical company. So they have companies across the country. I travel to those different countries. That's why I was supposed to actually be in Florida. My Florida got pushed from last week to this week. So I had to go to Maryland. So I go to the Maryland office. So I'm in the Maryland office. There's nothing but ham in this motherfucker. It's like all Hamites. As soon as I walk in there, it's like a ham sandwich in there. But it ain't no big deal. I work with devils all day. So if I could work with devils, I could work with Africans. Ain't no big deal. So I'm walking around and I'm working, and there's a Judite brother in there. So I ain't really pay attention to nothing like that. So as I'm working in there, the Hamites don't know that I actually work for the company and that I'm IT. They think that I'm just a like a contractor, like somebody that lives in the Maryland area, and I'm just a contractor. So they kind of trying to treat me sideways. So the head Hamite or the head manager of the office is like, can you do this? Can you do that? I said, no, I'm not here for that. I said, I'm IT. I do this. So when the Judite hears me talking, the Judite is like, oh, where you from? I said, well, I'm from the Jersey IT department. I said, so, we travel. So whenever y'all computers and stuff like that is broke, bust down, we go ahead and fix it. So when we go to fix it, you good? You want that?
Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
All right. So when we go, you want the whole thing attached?
No,
take this off.
Yeah.
All right.
Do what?
So as I'm fixing it, the Judite brother, I'm walking to the back to the IT room. So the Judite brother stops me, right? So now it's me and the Judite. So imagine like where me and Katazar is at by ourselves, and all the Hamites is back there. So the Judite brother stops me. He said, "You from Jersey?" I said, "Yeah."
He said, how long you been in Jersey? I said, I've been in Jersey all my life, born and raised. So I'm like, oh, Most High in Christ. Yeah, this is the one I like. So I said, I've been in Jersey all my life. So I'm thinking he's a Maryland native. So I say to him, I say, where you from? He said, I'm from Maryland. And then he looks at me, he says, and I'm from here. And his eyes looks at all the ham. As soon as his eyes look at all the ham, I look right at him. My dead ass, my next response was, they ain't fucking with you in here, is they? He said, no. He said, he told me that them Hamites treat him like he has to talk to them a certain way in order for them to talk back nice to him. Other than that, they ignore him. He's damn near like a second-class citizen. But we all supposed to be brothers. That's why I say to hell with Africans. That's why when we said, like, we got the Passover coming up March the 29th, right? Somebody give me Exodus 11 and 7, March 30th, Salaki. March 30th, we got the Passover. Somebody give me Exodus 11 and 7 real fast. If I just want that read. Like, there's a reason why, like, we don't hate Africans. And when I'm saying hate Africans, of course, everybody thinks like the white man thinks and thinks we talking about killing them. No, I'm not talking about killing nobody. I ain't telling nobody to kill an African or a white man. My hatred means that for the crimes that the Africans did, I can't get along with them. They can't get my love. I can't now get this thing that the Lord promised something to Abraham. The Lord gave him a blessing of rulership over the nations. And that fell down to the children of Israel, which I happen to be one. I am one of the sons of Jacob, specifically from the tribe of Judah. So because I'm from that, there's a certain will and testament that I'm supposed to get. Do y'all understand? Like Hazahab's supposed to get that. Zabalawan's supposed to get that. All the 12 tribes of Israel is supposed to get that. And you know who hates that we're going to get that? Who knows who hates that we're going to get that? Hazab.
Hamites, sir.
The Ham. He's been on Cross the Line Radio. He knows exactly how to respond. The Hamites hate that. The Edomites hate that. The Ishmaelites hate that. The Moabites, the Ammonites, the Girgasites. When you read Psalms, the 83rd chapter, which is a pillar of one of the prayers we throw up in the Israelite school of UPK, every nation hates that we got that covenant. And every nation puts on display that level of hatred to where even in a pharmaceutical place, this is where I call it the trap house. Like where I work at, if you get your drugs, like your leave, your medication, etc., like that on the East Coast, you get it from this place. And you're just working at a job and they treating you like a second-class citizen. And let me tell you something else them Hamites did. That manager did not want to speak to me the whole time until he seen me and that brother talking. When me and that brother start communicating, now he like, oh, you from Jersey? Yeah, I used to live in Jersey. And this part, I don't want to hear nothing what he talk about. Right. You understand? But I'll play it off, etc., like that. But I don't want to hear it because the only reason he talking to me is for God forbid he see two brothers actually getting along. You gonna say something?
I was gonna say the same thing happened on my slavery. Me and his brother, you know what I'm saying? We were building, you know what I mean? Like he watched our show, you know what I'm saying? He seen the whole thing with the African boy. He asked me questions about that. You know, we were working together. We were always talking, you know what I'm saying? Like my foreman, because you know what I'm saying, I'm on a construction site. He sees that he starts calling me the and my name. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, the insert slave name. So yeah, he's like, yeah, every time he talks to the Kataza, he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, you know, they be over there. So then that's when they separated us and put us on like two opposite sides of the site. Cause we started, you know what I'm saying, talk about some revolutionary shit. And it ain't like that.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. Nations hate black unity. Africans hate it. White people, we know white people hate it. They hate black unity. They would rather us be divided. Like if I would have never said nothing to that Judite brother that was in there, that Hamite would have never told me where he was from. Even him telling me where he's from is to try to get me from talking to the brother, to not talk to him, because they don't want to see us united like that. So when I say fuck RBG Hebrews, I mean that with every ounce of blood in my body. There's nothing that I can say. Like, you're like a Christian. All right, hold on 1 second. I don't know if he called. Hey, Si, you calling that to say something? Because I've got a live show going on right here. But you are on live right now. So wait, let me talk to you. Just text it to me. All right, no sweat. All right. So like when I say that, like an RBG Israelite is a Christian. Now I don't know. Now I'm gonna repeat. How does I said what I should have said should have been live. So some of the stuff I said before the show started. But a RBG Israelite is a Christian. If you want to join other nations, the reason everybody wonders why you might hear I.S.U.P.K say Kemet is Christianity or Islam is Christianity, right? Everybody wonders that sometimes.
I just
hey, come on, chime in. Don't let me be the only shit starter.
What I noticed about is, like, if you want to call him, I don't know what I don't know what the hell RBG Hebrew is. You know what I'm saying?
Red, black, and green, baby.
No. I mean, I know what it is, but just from my brief stay in the truth thus far, I don't even know how that's like. Was Moses an RBG Hebrew? You know what I'm saying? Like when he came with the plagues of the Lord and poisoned their water supply, destroyed their crops, you get what I'm saying? Like killed their firstborn. Like if you would have been an RBG Hebrew, you understand, during the time of Moses.
How about when the cat took the javelin? When the cat either stole a nugget or was with a heathen? Listen, a bond is damn near like Shema Allah.
He gonna know it.
Like when you need a scripture, a bond know that shit right there. What's the cat named Phineas? Put that javelin in him. The javelin would be in every RBG, what is it, GBBG? Whatever it is. A javelin would be in all of them. I ain't mean to cut your wisdom off.
But these cats, like, y'all would have been the ones to not put blood on your doorpost. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would have been the ones to want to stay in Egypt and end up dying.
They would have been sad about them babies dying.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all would have been the ones in the woods wanting to go back in the wilderness, wanting to go back for flesh pots. Y'all would have been the ones building that golden calf, trying to be accepted by the Egyptians. When the Lord severed us from them.
Damn right.
It don't make no damn sense.
Damn right. Damn right. So I love, like, that was an interesting, what I like, the reason why I bring that story out tonight is because that brother don't know that I'm quote unquote Tazaryak. He don't know that I'm an Israelite. All I am is a black man to him. And him seeing me, he wanted to unify with me because the so-called black people that's supposed to, that they tell you your whole life you're African-American, he found out that they don't want to be a part of him. So when he see me, he wants to join with me. And that should be something that clicks in every black person's mind in America, because I don't know Africans that want to be joined to us. Even for those in the blackity black conscious community, even for them RBG Hebrews, ain't none of them African. Y'all do understand? Like Jabari ain't African, Reggie ain't African, Shaka ain't African, Sanetta is Dominican. He's not even African, he's not even so-called African American, he's Dominican. So all of them that are part of that, they're Negroes themselves. And they know every time you hear us bring out in front of them, we'll say to them, Africans don't mess with them, don't mess with us. You know what they all say, right? You right about that. They don't mess with us. So I don't understand. That's like white, like that's why they're no different than Christians that love white people. Because when we say to Christians, white people are racist to us, you know what they say? Yeah, you right about that. So why the fuck you still a Christian?
Sa was the same one saying, you go back to Africa, they gonna eat you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen, General Muhammad said the heaviest shit ever. He turned around and said, one day you're gonna go and you're gonna see that Sanetta is not gonna be able to set up in his spot that he's been in for the last 25 years, but there'll still be Africans on that street.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's what's ridiculous, man. Like you got all these different African vendors there and stuff like that. And even from our camp spot, y'all don't know, that was like they built a bike rack on one side of the street over there. That was a spiritual bike rack because they built that bike rack where all the Jakes set up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you come up, the only spots that's left is the Arabs and then the 2 African shops.
Right.
There's no room for black business over there anymore. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy.
Yeah, I think all of it's crazy. You got the scripture I asked for? Exodus 11:7. Please read that. Please.
Exodus chapter
I sure do appreciate it.
11 verse 7, sir.
Right.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Let me tell you something, man. March 30th. Let me give y'all a rundown. The reason why everybody might wonder why I mentioned March 29th. Reason why I mentioned March 29th is because this room is going to be flooded with blacks and Hispanics. My Israelite I.S.U.P.K brothers is coming from everywhere. So my UK brothers, my Cali brothers, Florida, Texas, Chicago, Cleveland, Indiana, Minnesota, everybody. I say UK. Everybody is coming. And it's gonna be like that's why, like I'm so looking for. So we're gonna have the mandatory class at headquarters. I know Cidney or maybe Commander GEN.YAHANNA teach the class. Gonna be a banging ass class.
Right.
Listen, it's gonna be so packed in here. It's gonna remind you of the old One West days when they said they used to be down the line. You had to get there early. You're gonna have to get here early that day. Then we're gonna have the radio show. It's gonna be liquor. You know, normally when we go out of town, we say hide the women and the children because we coming. You're gonna still have to hide the women and the children, but everybody coming here. Everybody gonna be here. That cross the line radio show is gonna be the shit. We're gonna have the big priest, Mama Quad up in here, Captain Kahuntham, Yago. Everybody's gonna be in here on Thursday. So that's why I say March 29th. So forgive me, but on March the 30th, when we celebrate the Lord's Passover. Just understand what we're celebrating, the fall of our enemies as we rise up. The Lord passes over us to do what? Anybody know? He passed over us to do what? Ashar. To kill the firstborn of our enemies.
That's right.
Not of our brothers.
Right.
So where's this affinity for red, black, and green RBG? I don't see where we're supposed to love them nowhere in the scriptures. Right. I don't see, like in Judges, read what you got first right there. Read that.
Cut over car, sir.
And if I go off.
From the top, sir.
When I'm saying go off, not I'm going to say anything wrong, but if you want to chime in. Because I ain't going to say shit wrong tonight.
Cut over car, sir. Okay. Exodus 11 verse 7.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Meaning there wasn't going to be nothing that happened to the children of Israel. But there was going to be something that was going to happen to them. And here's why the Lord slew them. Go ahead.
Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Most High doth put a difference between Egyptians and...
Let me tell you something. The Lord put a difference. When you want to say why I say to hell with an RBG, because the Lord said I was better than red, black, and green. The Lord said I was better than an African. The Lord said that we was better than Hamites, Edomites, Ishmaelites. That's the white man, the Arabs, the Africans, the Chinese, the Japanese. If the Lord said that we're better than them and he's slaying the firstborn to show us that, who am I to fight that? I mean, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me because the white man, because the Most High made me better than you. Take that up with the Lord. Now, everybody won't believe in God, but don't want to believe in what he do. And it mind boggles me the fight that we get from brothers about that. And sisters. But I don't want to let the sisters slide from this ass whooping right now. From the brothers and sisters that actually fight. Y'all, I don't know, like in Harlem, like Kadazar brought out how the Hamites got a lot of the stands, right?
Okay.
We don't get no fights from Africans when we on that corner. Right. Y'all all in here know them Africans that got them watermelons and used to have them oil spots or whatever. Right. I used to get them to get my oil for free. If you wanted to get a free bottle of oil, all you had to do was walk with me over to the Hamite spot. Now, we put that we ain't African sign right in front of them bastards. So, you know what I'm saying? So they see the women getting their clitoris, they see that picture. They see the platelet sidebar. In that movie Panther, that's the first time I seen somebody talk with that plate in there. I didn't think they could talk with that plate in their lip. But in that movie, So you know that was a real African. That wasn't no black man playing that. That was a real Hamite in that movie talking with like that. But the Africans don't have an issue with nothing that we be saying. They'll come up there. I understand what they're saying, brother, because part of it that what you're saying is true. Because we know, and they'll say we know who we are. They'll say how they don't like that term Africa. They don't like being called an African because they know who they are and they don't affiliate with all the Africans in there, but we can be called that. So we're being in a position to be great, but we want to be the second-class citizen. We want to share our wealth. And that's what, when the Lord put us in the land of Canaan, that's another thing I want to touch on, if I could, if I'm all over the place. This whole Israel is in Africa, right? Even that's dumb. What I mean by that's dumb, right? So the biggest, the thing I hear now is, well, it's on the same tectonic plate, right? Your love for Africans destroys you so much that you'll say we on the same tectonic plate just to join us to Africans.
Show me the goddamn plate.
I'm gonna tell you something a little bigger than that, right? Let's go two ways. Now, first of all, if you go from a tectonic plate or you go from landmass, Europe, Asia, and Africa are all connected. They're all literally connected. When you get up into what they call the Middle East, you can travel from Africa, go through the Middle East, and go to Asia and go to Europe. So if you're going from a landmass perspective, it's all the same shit.
Attached to Asia.
So when you go on a map and look at Israel, Israel is actually attached to Asia, like what Katazai was saying. That's why they had a term back in the day.
Asiatics.
Thank you, Katazai. Once again, y'all think I don't know nothing. Katazai is the body bag. All right. That's why they called us Asiatics. That's why you would have a term called Asia Major and Asia Minor.
Right.
When you bring up Africa as a continent, who got Psalms 49 and 11? Somebody grab that from me real fast. And I'm gonna show you how stupid it is to talk about Africa, Israel being in Africa. And when I say stupid for Africa being in Israel, it's not even going like I'm doing this part, but it's not. I'm not even saying it's stupid for that reason. But read that scripture, Psalms 49 and 11.
Cut over concept. Psalms chapter 49, verse 11. And I know all the fowls of the mountain and the wild beasts of the field are mine. Verse 12.
Wait, that's Psalms 49 and 11, which said they named lands after their names. You sure that shit? You sure you're reading Psalms 49 and 11? You got the one up? Yeah, see what that's the right one. It should be Psalms 49 and 11.
Psalms chapter 49, verse 11.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Their inward thought is.
I thought I was slipping, but go ahead.
That their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations.
Right.
They call their lands after their own names.
So that last part?
They call their lands after their own names.
So now why do I pull it up? This is David saying that when mankind would conquer lands, they would call it after their own names. So now everybody want to say Israel is in Africa, and they talk about the 7 continents. What you have today existing as what they call the 7 continents is what the white man called it in the 1800s or 1600s, whenever he decided to carve up the land. When you go earlier than that, it wasn't called that. Even in Africa, even in that continent of Africa, what did they call where Israel was at? Who knows? In 70 AD, when Israel got destroyed and we fled into Africa, what did they call it? Ashar. They called it that. They called it something else. Something else. They called it Negro land. So why in the middle of Africa, which if we're all supposed to be African and that land is supposed to be the continent of Africa, why in that section that we was at, why would they call it Negro land? Because that's what mankind does. Go ahead. Okay.
Israel being on a tectonic plate is not even factual.
Oh, wait. A bond, please.
So like if I could, Israel being on the African plate is not actually factual.
It's not what?
Actually, it's not factual.
Go ahead.
Israel is actually on the Arabian plate, the Arabian tectonic plate. It doesn't exist. It's not actually on the African plate.
So Israel, Say that.
Okay, they like talking about the ancestors. the goddamn ancestors ain't no shit about a tectonic plate. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't see the goddamn thing without what, some thermal infrared type goddamn satellites. And
this is funny as hell. Read that again, Vaughn, please. Read that again.
You want me to read it? Or
yeah, I want you to read it.
Okay, plate in northern and eastern hemispheres.
Say it again.
The Arabian plate is a tectonic plate in the northern and eastern hemispheres. If I could, it's relative to the African plate. It is not on the African plate. It's a separate plate.
Meaning it's next to it. Relative meaning it's close to.
So
now here's my point, right? Here's the sum total of it all, right?
If Africa has an earthquake, Israel's fine.
but here's what's even deeper, right? If Israel was in Africa, now Abban done brought it out, right? We done brought it out as far as us being called Asiatics, etc., like that, which anybody you can Google that, Asiatics. But here's what's even more important and show you the slave mentality that we have. Let's say if Israel was in Africa, right? Let's say if the land of Israel was in the realm of Africa, right? Our war is not against landmass.
Right.
Okay, so if Israel is on the same landmass as where the Hamites live at, what does that really mean? Either way, does that mean now because Israel is on the same landmass, I have to love Africans and let them join and be a part of my covenant? Is your whole reason for telling me it's on the same tectonic plate is for me to do what now? Okay, now Israel is on the same tectonic plate as Africa. Now I'm supposed to do what? What am I supposed to do now? I want to know now that I know that they're on the same landmass, that they share land together. What am I supposed to do now? What do I take with that information? Do I join Africa to me? Can they come to the Passover with me? Do they miss out on the judgment that's supposed to come to me? What does that mean now? Am I not an Israelite anymore? Am I not an Israelite? How's that? How?
Look, that means we go to war with them.
Yeah, that's all it means. That's all. Like it's a sad day when you got to bring up a tectonic plate to convince me to love Africans. That's a sad day. Because it's landmass is not our argument. Tectonic plate, nigga. I couldn't understand it. So fuck RBG Israelites, Christian Israelites, Old Testament Israelites, anybody that never served Christ. So anybody questioning Paul, anybody doing any of that. I mean,
you know, it's funny.
You've been warned. I mean, but now you can call into the show, Cross the Line Radio phone. Listen, the phone lines is wide open, 646. Anybody want to call in the show, you can call in now, 646-481-6315 is the number. If you got a question or comment.
I have a comment.
Okay, Kadazak got a comment. Drum roll.
Whores and effeminate men don't like Paul's writings. That's it. Those are the only ones. Loudmouth whores and effeminate homosexual men have a problem with Paul's writing, because then you got to convict yourself in the New Testament.
Right. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. And the New Testament say the same thing the Old Testament say.
Right.
If not more.
Right.
To be honest. Like the New Testament make it harder for you to serve. I don't want to say harder like it's a bad thing, but harder like because it puts you in the spirit of the intent of what the Moses was trying to convey to the people, and it makes it better. What else was we gonna talk about today?
I mean, we got a lot of shit to talk about, and there's a lot going on in the world, man. You know what I mean? Like I mean, from
now, I done did my shit talking that I know for now, but you never know. But go ahead,
I mean, that's one thing. Like, listen, I love, you know what I'm saying, having guests and everything like that. But there has been so much happening that we haven't been able to speak about, you know what I'm saying, from having these guests on, between the fact that they trying to and what's crazy is this is what's amazing. I read from 3 different news sources what General Muhammad broke down the other day online, that CNN, Washington Post, New York Post, all these different news factions all know one thing. If you arm teachers, they're going to kill Black and Hispanic students.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally the last CNN article that I read. You know what I mean? Like they know, okay, so we're just gonna arm teachers, and instead of the cops killing them, it's gonna be the teachers killing them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we are utterly destroyed. Like everything. I wish I told you I had good articles. I had like from the news talking about how
we might have a call. What's the one?
Let's check it out. Oh, check this one.
Let's see. Let me see. We might have a caller. Somebody might have some heart. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Where's it coming through at?
It's coming through here.
Oh wait, hold on one second. Yeah. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I gotta turn the Bluetooth off. I'm sorry. Are you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, there you go. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, my name Lauren. I'm calling from Texas.
Okay, you got a question or comment, brother?
Yeah, I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on two different things. The South Africans kicking out the white farmers, number one, and number two, the Venezuelan exodus that's going on now because of the food shortages and things of that nature.
Okay, so you want to know what we think about the South African, the Africans kicking out the South Africans? Here in the scripture, I think it's in Isaiah.
Kicking out the white people, the white
farmers, I believe they shall flee to their own house. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's about talk about Moab though. I think it's talk about all the nations. Now
shall return unto themselves.
Right. Now, what's interesting about that is, first of all, that's not black business. That's not black folk business. Like black people gonna get caught up and they're gonna feel like it's a good thing to cheer white people getting out. All you're doing is helping the murder of black people. Because when them KKK and Klan members get mad at them Africans pushing them white folk out, who are they going to take it out on? They're not going to take it out on Africans. Africans are
the closest people to them is us.
Yeah. Well, we not. Let me correct you, brother. We're not the closest people to them. But I understand why you say that. You say that because, of course, they look at us that way. You got. Let me see the scripture you're talking about. Let me see the scripture you have. Let me see if that's it. Hold on one second, brother. You said 18?
All right.
14 and 18, right? Yeah, give me the Isaiah 14 and 18. But it's another one too that I'm looking for. I'm gonna try to see if I can find the scripture for you. Like that's prophecy as far as them wanting to kick them out. The white man is the devil and he's oppressed everybody. So anytime you can kick him out, of course you would think to applaud. But whereas, and I'm gonna tell you, you know why black people, because I see like a lot of black people cheering what's happening to the white man. And the reason why they cheer that is because give me hold on one second. Because we don't have no war that we're winning of ourselves. So all we can do is look at the South Africans and then cheer that. You got that scripture? Read that scripture, how?
Sir. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house.
Everyone where?
In his own house.
I think it's the rape scripture. You know the rape scripture GMS used?
They shall be ravished.
Yeah. It's a couple of verses above that. Keep reading, how?
Sir. Verse 19. But thou art...
I'm sorry, read the end of verse 8 when it says everyone to his own house.
Sir. Everyone in his own house.
Now, you know, them white South Africans, they've been there for a long time. Now, here's what everybody know. Even though they've been there all that time, are they African or are they white? I'm asking the brother online. Them white people that been in, they've been in South Africa for centuries.
Right. They was born there and raised there. I mean, they South Africans.
But
according to what we call each other, right? Like we,
right. But are they Africans or are they white?
They white.
So why? This is what I be trying to tell people when they call us African, right? You know, we supposedly have when we fled into Africa, that didn't make us African. They knew exactly who we was, which is why they didn't have a problem kicking us out. So they don't have a problem kicking them white people out. I don't have no sympathy for the white man getting kicked out, but I also don't have no sympathy for them Africans at all. If you ask, is that what you're asking me?
I just want to hear your opinion on it.
And Argentina.
That's it, and also along the Venezuela thing.
Oh,
On
Venezuela.
Venezuela, like their exodus.
Okay, the Venezuelan exodus is no different than there's a mass exodus or even what they're calling the second diaspora out of Puerto Rico, because they still don't have power. Because you know what I'm saying? Because America won't give aid, you understand, over to anybody who's a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. Like if you want to understand why there's a food shortage in anywhere in South or Central America, it's the same reason why there's a food shortage in Baltimore. It's the same reason why Flint, Michigan still doesn't have clean water. You get what I'm saying? It's the same reason why anywhere that we are, whether we're in the projects, a hood, the ghetto, barrios, whatever the case may be, you understand? Like it's by design, brother. They don't give a damn about us. So as a result, people have to move and go where there's food, because that's why you can find out right now in Venezuela, such food shortages. Women are selling their bodies for food. You get what I'm saying? Like as young as 12 years old to bring food back to their family so their brothers and sisters and mother and father don't starve to death. So a 12-year-old girl gonna turn into a prostitute because the white man's the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no other way to state it. You know what I'm saying? That other than the fact that they do not care about black and Hispanic, so therefore we have to unite together. You know what I'm saying? And it might take food shortages in other areas. It might take more hurricanes. It might take more catastrophe before we decide to wake up and realize that we're all we got.
Damn right. You got that Isaiah 13? Right. This the scripture I wanted to read for you. Isaiah 13, start at verse 13.
Isaiah 13 and 13. Therefore, I will shake the heavens.
When it talks about shaking the heavens, it's not talking about up in the sky. It's talking about that heavenly state that the white man has been allowed to live deliciously no matter where he's been, whether it's been America, Middle East, Africa, Europe, Asia, wherever it's been. His heaven is about to be shaken. Keep going.
And the earth shall remove out of her place.
That's why them South Africans doing that. Them South Africans tired of the white man raping and robbing him. Like Isaiah 14, I think, and 16. You stay where you at, Hazahab. I want to paraphrase this properly. No. You stay right where you at. I'll get it. When Isaiah 14 and 16, I'm just grabbing it real fast. It says 17 rather. It says that made the earth as a wilderness. That's the white man. And destroyed the cities thereof, meaning there ain't a stitch of land the white man has went into that he ain't destroyed and raped and took every resource that he has, that he can. And it says that open not the house of his prisoners, which we know we're in the biggest prison house known to man, which is what's called America today, North and South America. So now when you go back there, Isaiah 13, keep reading.
Sir. In the wrath of the Most High, power of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger.
This is the Most High that's doing this. Like the Most High is the one that's making sure all of this takes place. That's why he's talking about he's going to shake the heavens and remove her out of his place. Keep going.
Verse 14. And it shall be as the chaste roe and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
Go ahead.
They shall every man turn to his own people.
Like we should look at what's happening in South Africa as a sign for blacks and Hispanics that the time of bullshitting with each other is at an end. Like when you look at the state of Puerto Rico being destroyed, I think Kadazai brought it up. They're gonna turn that into the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's gonna be a straight resort.
Yeah, Puerto Rico about to be the Bahamas. Puerto Rico about to be some shit.
Puerto Ricans won't benefit from it.
Real estate people over there and people that hold
this guy. Come on, Zabala.
That hold like the stocks. They're using that as a resort, and this is like from people that have stocks.
Let me tell you something.
Out there.
Yeah, that's absolutely a fact that Puerto Rico will be something that 2 years from now, 3 years from now, people will be planning a holiday there like Puerto Ricans never lived there. Remember, why do they even call Puerto Rico Puerto Rico? Because it was a rich port. And that's going to be the port that would be the vacation haven. Without Christ returning, that's what's going to be Puerto Rico. And then the Puerto Ricans will now be displaced. And when they say they want to take their land back, it'll be like, that wasn't your land. It don't belong to you. You understand? That's going to be Puerto Rico. That's why it says That's why this is the time now. Zephaniah 2:1 could not be so more important. Like people look at us strange every time we always pull that scripture. Just Zephaniah 2:9. Gather yourselves, O nation not desired. Are we not the nation not desired? There is no help ever been given to a country that belonged to Israel. Haiti never got it. And what did Haiti try? This is another reason why I don't care what happens in Africa. When Haiti wanted to join themselves to Africa, what did Africa say? No.
Turn it back. You're not part of it.
The relief that they sent to Haiti ended up creating child ring prostitutions on Haiti.
That's right.
And where they were taking boys and women and they were whoring them off to all the different similar to how we have the National Guard.
Right.
Well, the aid that they sent there, the soldiers and the troops, what they ended up doing was taking boys and girls and creating child prostitution rings like the Catholic Church.
Right.
That's not all that they did.
That was the help.
That was the help that was coming through.
Right.
Then they said that the aid that actually went over there, I think like 0.001% or something like that, actually went towards building houses.
Right.
Meaning Marshawn Lynch went over there and built more houses than the actual Red Cross.
That's right.
You understand? And then not only that, and then so they end up, bankrupting countries, you know what I'm saying? Establishing all this disorder, destroying the people, and then they want to turn around, and then after they cause the oppression, then Trump will say, meanwhile, you look up at what the Clinton administration did over there. The reason why Haiti's in such a poor state is because of the Clintons. And then Trump now, after this regime, after he just ran against them, wants to go. And after they cause this oppression, say it's a shithole country. Meanwhile, this is the Levites. White man's the devil, man.
The white and read the rest of that scripture.
They shall every man turn to his own people.
That's what the South Africans are doing.
Right.
The South Africans are doing something we've been trying to tell blacks and Hispanics since 1969. To turn to your own people, understand who the enemy is, and kick them the fuck out. And you know what you don't hear about them South Africans? They ain't called racist.
That's right.
No, they not.
That's the heavy part. The heavy part of it all, they're not called racist. And they're saying they're going to kick the white farmers out. All we do is tell black people to love black people. And now we're racist. Now we're the worst thing on the planet.
That's
Brother,
crazy.
hold on 1 second. I got another call. Hold on 1 second.
Call from unknown caller. To add this caller to your current call, press 5. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing? Shalom.
Shalom.
I'm Travis. I'm calling from Memphis.
Okay, you got a question or comment, brother?
Yeah, I got a question. I want to know, will Christ be coming back as an outside entity of Israel, or will Christ be born amongst Israel?
Well, Christ will always be Israel, specifically from the tribe of Judah. I'm assuming you meaning, is it going to be something outer worldly, or will he be like born like you and I were born? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
No.
The question stems from.
Go ahead.
The question stems from Deuteronomy 28. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm listening. I just asking somebody to pull a scripture for me. Second Ezra.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
The question stems from Deuteronomy 28, amongst other scriptures that speak about us worshiping idols.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when I was reading it, I sat back and I noticed that, of course, the rock is Muslim, and the God of wood is Christ. You know what I'm saying? So I was wondering,
the God of wood
are
is
we
not,
worshiping?
one second, brother. The God of wood is not Christ. The God of wood is Christianity. That's not Christ.
Who is the God of Christianity, though, brother?
Caesar Borgia. That's not like that image that they say is Jesus Christ. That's not Jesus Christ. He's the emblem, like he's the image of the beast that gets everybody to worship Christianity. That wood that is talking about is that cross.
Yeah, nor is the doctrine that they created surrounding him factual either.
Right. So you correct when you say that rock is Islam, but you're incorrect when you say the rock is. We would say Yahweh Shai. If you're saying Jesus in the sense of Christianity, then you're correct. Is that what you mean?
I'm familiar.
Let me rephrase it. Are you talking about the truth about Christ or the lie about Christ? Let me see if that helps you out.
I'm basically wondering if they one and the same. Because, you know what I'm saying, I'm familiar with Yahweh Shah and the understanding. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I don't believe in Yahweh Shah.
Right.
But I don't want to piss off Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? If
so
this
let me
is not
ask you
true,
this.
now when you go to
so let me ask you. Okay, no, let me let you finish. Go ahead.
Okay, when you go to Daniel chapter 7, you know what I'm saying? They talk about the Ancient of Days coming, and he talk about the prophecy about the Son of Man being taken up to meet the Ancient of Days, and there he was given power. Now, when you read on and they interpret the dream that Daniel had, he was talking about the saints of the Most High taking the kingdom back, and the Ancient of Days giving the saints of the Most High power. So I'm basically saying, like, what if Christ is symbolic for people that's already here? Like, for instance, y'all selves. You know what I'm saying? How y'all waking the dead up right now? You know what I'm saying? Could Christ be symbolic for y'all? Or whoever else doing the work?
Okay. That's a piece of it in the sense of, listen, man, the scripture says that, you know what I'm saying, when two or more are gathered in, you know what I'm saying, my name, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like the point is to take up the mission that he left. But he as a physical being is also alive and returning. You know what I'm saying? So it's not only about, you know what I'm saying, following that path, you know what I'm saying, and becoming him in the sense of, that's who we model ourselves after, because he was the perfect example of someone who served the Lord. But because he was that perfect example, he paid the cost to be the boss. So therefore he is king.
Okay, big.
I want to give you a couple. I want to give you a couple of precepts. You got the Acts 1 and 5 one. I'm gonna give you 2nd Ezra 13. Give me 1 second. Where it says the same way. Give me like 2 verses above that when they looking up at the sky and the angel asking what they looking for. That's in Acts 1. Start at verse 9. Yeah.
Acts chapter 1, verse 9.
Now, for time's sake, when you read the verses above, that's when Christ is giving them further instructions of what they're supposed to do. This is Christ talking to the disciples. Keep reading.
Right.
And when he had spoken these things,
Yeah, speaking to the mic.
Speaking to the mic, Hazahah.
While they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Verse 10, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel. Verse 11, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven?
So now, as they see Yahweh get translated or get taken up into the chariots, they looking up at the sky, still looking and observing what just happened with Christ. Keep going.
This same Yahweh.
So now this same man, go ahead,
which is taken up from you into heaven,
which got taken up into the chariots, go ahead,
shall also come in like manner.
He's gonna come in the same manner, go ahead,
as ye have seen him go into heaven.
Meaning the same way you saw him go up in the chariots is the same way you're gonna see him come down. So that's the first precept. Now you can also go to 2nd Ezra 13, and we're gonna start at verse 30. Who got that one?
Khan on the one Khan. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Okay. Read verse 29, Salaki.
Verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Now, of course, this is talking about the last days, which we've been in since Christ went up. With what we just read in Acts 1 and 11, we've been in the last days since then. Keep going.
One Khan. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Why does it say he shall come as an astonishment? Because, and here's what you could do too. You can YouTube Ronald Reagan's UFO speech, because they all know that this is what's going to take place. The reason why I say is an astonishment, because it's going to be an astonishment when they see the chariot. Like back in the days, it was, when I'm saying back in the days, I mean like in the biblical times, like it wasn't an astonishment when the chariots led the children of Israel by a pillar of night. You're familiar with that, right?
Right.
So now that wasn't an astonishment. It wasn't an astonishment when the Most High was talking to the children of Israel, and they got scared when they heard his voice, and they told Moses go talk to him. But it wasn't an astonishment. It wasn't an astonishment when Ezekiel saw the chariots. He just described them. It wasn't an astonishment when they saw Christ go up. They was just watching and observing him, and then the men came out. The reason why there'll be an astonishment now is because we're told it's coming, and we've been waiting for it to come, but it ain't come yet. And we're not going to believe, neither is the white man going to believe, that it's actually going to become a time where Christ is going to come and deliver the people, children of Israel. Keep going.
Verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
And so that's what you see taking place now, where you have the World War I's, the World War II's, the consistent little wars like the Vietnam Wars, Contra, etc., like that, where you have all these wars. That's what Christ prophesied when he spoke. There shall be wars and rumors of wars, but the end shall not be. Drop down to verse 33. I'm sorry, read 32.
Verse 32. And the time shall be when these signs shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared.
Then shall my what?
Son be declared.
Go ahead.
Whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
Go ahead.
And when all the people hear his voice.
When all the people hear his voice, meaning in the middle of this war, in the middle of this battle, keep going.
Every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have against another.
Meaning them South Africans and them white farmers, they'll stop fighting each other. The Koreans, North and South, they're not going to be no North and South. They're going to join with each other. The Europeans, the Middle East, all of that, they're going to stop fighting against each other to come fight against Christ. Keep going.
Verse 34. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
So now when you read that, of course, there's more to it. You can get into our classes to get a better understanding. But when you ask your original question, was Christ coming down from outer worldly, or was he already here or going to be born differently? I just gave you just a few precepts. You can also read Revelations, the 19th chapter. You can also read Second Esdras, the 2nd chapter, when it says, I saw one man taller than the rest, and he put crowns on the other Israelites.
Right.
That's right. That's also letting you know that we do represent, like we are a representation of Christ here. When you see us teaching, we are a representation of Christ, but he is going to be the king that will rule. 2 Samuel 7:14 is another precept when the Lord told David, when there shall be a son that he's going to rule forever. We know that's not talking about Solomon because he died. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Call from unknown caller. To add this caller to your current call, press 5. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, I had a comment.
Okay, what's your comment?
Yeah, my name's Keith Hall. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Real quick, I just wanted to say, with the whole African thing, it confuses me because they want to, have this whole African thing. But if Negroes in America did go back to Africa, like I saw you talking to Jabari, and he was like, well, there's ways to go about that, like DNA test. So if we all had different markers sending us to different countries, and we all went to Africa, that's going to be the most dividing division that ever happened, like that happened in the last 500 years.
Right.
We would be like non-existent.
Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. Was that it? Was that all you had, brother?
Yeah, just that, and to say that y'all are the truth, man. Y'all got followers all over the place, man. Y'all cannot stop doing what y'all do, man. For real.
I have to have all right. I appreciate the call, brother.
100, bro.
All right, 100.
All praises.
All right. Man,
all right.
All right, shalom. Other caller, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
No sweat. So yeah, so like I said, we got classes. Where you say you was from?
I'm from Louisiana, but I live in Memphis.
Okay, let me give you the number. Who that be? Madabar?
No, Tennessee is Thara.
You got his number? Okay, I'm gonna get the number for you to call, brother, so we can tighten you up. All right.
I appreciate you. All
right, no sweat. That number is 731-212-8255. 9377. Hold on one second.
Call from unknown caller. To add this caller to your
to the call, so I don't have to necessarily drop them. Caller, hold on one second. Let me make sure the other brother got the number. You got that number, brother?
Yeah, I'm writing you down now.
All right, no sweat. Shalom out. All right, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? To the brother calling from 360-830-7960. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, I'm James Simmons. I'm from Washington State.
Okay, you got a question or comment?
I got a question. Is wearing a cross, a crucifixion cross, is that a sin?
Absolutely. Not only is it a sin, it's idol worship.
Is it?
Yeah, that's definitely idol worship. Hey, let me ask you
I
why.
thought as long as I didn't
You thought what?
worship it or nothing. I thought if just wearing it would be okay.
No, wearing that cross would not be okay. Because what? Okay, why would you wear the cross? Like, what's your reasoning for wearing the cross?
Well, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but oh wow, I'm gonna say it. And like seeing like evil spirits and stuff around, things like that, I figured it would make them leave.
So what magic is in the cross? So you saying that there could be magic in the cross?
No, I just figured maybe it'd just scare them.
Well, okay, but why? What about the cross makes you believe that? Is what I'm asking. Like okay, you put
some
the
people
like
told
you
me
saw
that.
somebody told you that.
Yeah, my cousins and friends.
Well, let me tell you something. That's superstition, and being superstitious is also a sin, because you're taking the power away from the Most High and giving it to that idol. And this is the thing: you can wear a lion head, you could wear, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want. But this is the problem: you can't wear something that was directly made for worship. That's a graven image. A graven image is something that was directly made for worship, and that's what the crucifix was for. And
hold on one second. Hold on one second, brother.
Okay.
call from unknown caller. To add this caller.
Okay, to the caller that just joined, hold on one second. I'm gonna finish with the other call, and I'm gonna come right back to you. All right.
All right, no doubt.
All right, no sweat. The caller with the cross, Gay Kadazar.
No sweat. So you understand. So that is an idol. You know what I'm saying? That's something that people pray to. That's something that's designed because they wanted to turn around and make that white boy God. You understand? So as a result, that's who they pray to, because they made him the Most High. You understand? Through their lie, through their doctrine of Christianity. So you don't want to wear a crucifix, brother.
All right. And it ain't no power. You know.
Well, I just started wearing it tonight, so I'll take it off.
Yeah, but you could throw that shit in the garbage. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, Christ ain't the only one that died on that cross. He had two people up there with him when he died. All that was just the method that the Romans used for torture at that time.
Capital punishment.
So for their capital punishment, they would hang people on a cross as an example of don't commit this crime against the Romans. That's all the cross was. Now, what Christianity did was turn it into some magic brouhaha. So you don't want to wear that cross, all right, brother? Akim.
I'll definitely take it off. I appreciate it.
All right, no sweat.
Appreciate you telling me
All
that.
right,
Y'all
no
take
sweat.
care and God bless you.
All right, bless you too. To the other brother from 832-978, you still there?
Shalom, what's going on, Akim?
Hey, shalom.
My name is Dick. I'm from the Houston, Texas area.
Okay, you got a question or comment?
Yeah, my man. Shoot, I've been following within our faith, for about 8 years now.
Okay.
And of course, watching the general, much love to y'all. Y'all
hold on one
second.
Okay, hold on one second for me. Hold on one second.
I want to recognize that. But one of my main questions is, my man, is what exactly happened to the tribe of Dan? Like, I've been looking all around and I haven't seen like really too much about the tribe of Dan since, like around Judges.
Yeah,
you know anything about that?
Hold on one second.
Call from unknown caller. To add this caller.
Hey, caller that just joined, just hold on one second, all right?
All right.
All right, Kadazar, you gonna take that?
Okay, as far as the tribe of Dan, when you read Revelations, the 7th chapter, what you'll notice is that the tribe of Dan was replaced with the tribe of Levi, because at one time Levi didn't have an inheritance. To have an inheritance, you had to have land. When you start reading the book of Judges, what you start to see is that Dan never went and conquered their land. So as a result, they went and stayed in the land of Manasseh, which is why there was a prophecy saying that they shall jump from Bashan. What ended up happening was that they didn't multiply enough. It's damn near like having too many daughters. You understand? The seed is what carries on and what creates people from your tribe. As a result of them not being able to create more people from their tribe, they were condensed and swallowed up by Manasseh. You understand? So as a result, Dan didn't have the numbers enough and was absorbed in. So they're still Israelites, but you have to have numbers to be a tribe, which is why they were replaced by Levi.
And you can get that in our class.
A lot of sense. Yeah, most definitely, man. I'll definitely look that up. I'm sorry, what scripture was that again?
Oh, okay, but it's a multitude of scriptures. It's a longer breakdown. That's why Captain Tazarek said you should come into class.
Yeah, you should get into class.
Right.
All right, no sweat, brother.
Most definitely. Well, sure. I really do appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna write down some of those because I know it is a multitude of them, but I really do appreciate that.
Hey,
okay,
no sweat.
All right,
shalom.
All right, shalom.
All right, most definitely.
All right, y'all. The special guest, Cidney, right? Okay, I just want to make sure I said your name right. No sweat. Our special guest, Cidney, has shown up. So we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll begin the interview with the sister and get some insight to what she does. All right, is that good enough? Okay, no sweat.
This is Can I Live? You understand? Lost Tribes featuring Tay Harmony. It's available right now on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, iTunes, anything you name it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? We don't got it, you don't need it.
All right, no sweat. You got the song going?
Yeah.
All right, no sweat. Can they get headphones?
Yo, I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
America, KKK, land of the good smokers, home of the slaves. And I'm just trying to be great. Tell me, how can I live with this drama every day? I'm a light, I'm a beam in this darkness. It seems that real life is a nightmare. Can I live my dreams on this earth? Since I was young, I realized I had a destiny bigger than the fiction that's disguised as what was best for me. Better than the hate and all the lies that be the death of me. As of late, since we've been hypnotized since elementary, thought it was my skin, but studied something that was new to me. They hate me because of what my ancient ancestors used to be. Healers, teachers, deities, not all of them were kings and queens. Our nature was natural, not supernatural. Now they call it magic and voodoo, that shit ain't practical. All the roots connected, always more to learn of that, you know. Don't let the shit go over your head. Same snakes up in the garden, but the skin just shed. They'll always try to convince you that it's all in your head. Just know you gotta do better before you hit your bed. I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they don't wanna see us win. Trying to kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know that hate is deeper than the color of our skin. Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? I know that hate is deeper than the color of our skin.
Yo.
Can I live?
They say my rhymes cause too much excitement, ride incitement, shit. Well, there's no indictments when my kinfolk get murdered by white men. Dark skin, light skin, divided and blinded. So we beef with each other, our brothers, rather than fight them. Fuck all that silence, it's time to get shit ignited. I ain't my way, low nigga. I ain't taking shit from no tars. And ain't no motherfucking nation got freedom from marching, begging for portions. Niggas ain't signing no parchments, big payback. You crackers got red in your margins. Why? They broke every treaty, slaughtered the buffalo, and then they set fire to teepees. They carved their face in mountains, but we go to jail for graffiti. We fought for this country, they gave us syphilis at Tuskegee. We been getting robbed, yeah, we're the ones who stay behind bars. They take all our money, but they ain't wanna give us no jobs. Wasn't supposed to make it, but we stay defying the odds. It's like we really only living off the grace of our God. Can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed in my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? Yo, can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
Oh, we back?
Yeah. You already know we back live and direct. This is Cross the Line Radio. Our guest has finally shown up in the building.
I thought she was scared.
I do though. I have to let them know that you were I guess
an hour and
late,
21 minutes
20
late.
minutes late. What you want to do? You see that microphone right there?
The blue one.
You gonna want to flick it on?
Like if y'all want to talk, you could talk right into the mic. Yeah. You could put the headphones on. That would be primarily useful if we get phone calls.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need it right now.
Is it on right now?
Yeah,
you're good to
It's
go.
on?
Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, you're technically an hour and 21 minutes.
No, I text. I'll tell you about that later. We're gonna be very but I told people that I texted 9 and said something, and nobody got back to me. So I thought it was cool that I got here at 11.
Oh, okay, no sweat. Okay, so now this is kind of different from our show.
Yeah.
We're bringing someone into here. I guess the language, we don't have any language barriers here. So, and I hope you're not easily offended here because it's a little different here. So now we want to give a little background
anywhere.
I appreciate that. So now just for you to introduce yourself a little bit from what I know. I believe it was Butter that called me and
Buddy. I call her Buddy.
Oh, you call her Buddy. Okay, so Butter had called me, and she was on our show last week. For don't know, Butter from DTF Radio, and she said she had a sister that might be good for the show. So I said, well, what's up? What did the sister do? She said, well, last year she had a birthday party that was supposed to be an orgy, and
I think
it wasn't orgy. It wasn't supposed to be an orgy. It was an orgy.
Okay,
I think that was actually the same time we did the no homo lecture.
Oh, when we was in Atlanta,
if I'm not mistaken.
When was your orgy?
March.
Thing?
In March.
Oh, was it March? Oh no, we was in May. I think we did May. Yeah, we did ours in May.
What is this no homo? I love homos. What's wrong with homos?
Well, we can get into that after we do the introduction.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she says, this sister, she does. She had a birthday party that was an orgy. It was an actual orgy.
Yeah.
And she said she might be good for the show. I said, well, you know, our culture and lifestyle that we live, we call that whoredom. You know, we're against that.
Whoring.
And so, why would you think that would be good for the show? She said, well, you got to hear her perspective and everything. And so, before I ask you any questions, I just would like for you to introduce yourself. You can go ahead. You have the floor to introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Cidney Green. I'm a sexual liberator of all people. I'm an author. You know, I'm quite legendary, actually. You know, I'm gonna do events. Entrepreneur. This is Nalise, who's actually a sponsor of my event. We are, you know, open sexual liberators. You know what I'm saying? Polyamorous people.
Whorish at times.
Yeah. We love hoes. Hoes mean happiness over everything.
Okay. So one of the things that I had watched what Butter did do was she sent me like I don't want to say like a bio, but she sent me like a list of things that had a couple of interviews you had done and stuff like that. So I heard you mention one of the things that you said that people don't get offended when they see violence, like people getting beat up and shot and everything like that. So why do they get so offended at your lifestyle?
Yes.
Right.
And what lifestyle is this?
Well, you just said you live polyamorous, whorish. At sometimes that's the words that she just said.
Define a whore.
If you have multiple sex partners, you're a whore. If you have more than one. So let's say if you had a man and you get a second man, you would be a whore.
Okay.
So
I guess everyone's a whore.
I guess I've never met somebody
for the entire life.
Whoredom is a problem that plagues Black people. So you're correct when you say there are a lot of whores.
Are you are you a whore?
No.
So you only had one partner for your
me,
entire life?
No, but I've never.
That contradicts your definition of whore.
No. How many rods have you had in your mouth in the past week or so? Because I've heard you say
none,
you
actually,
have 3
unfortunately.
right?
Actually, that's a goal. You know, I have one. I'm working on the other 2.
But you did have 3
at one point. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I have a book coming out that I had one too.
What came out of your
and
mouth?
I think more than one dick is great.
Right. So that would be a whore. So you would be a whore.
Hoes have all the goddamn fun. So I'll be a hoe all day long.
Actually, they don't. And what I noticed.
But how would you know if you're not a hoe?
I watched that, right? So when I watched your interviews, the first question that I wanted to ask you was, you had mentioned again how you can talk about gun violence. Excuse me, you can have videos where people are fighting, they applaud that.
Mm-hmm.
When people shooting each other, they applaud that. But when you have people talking like you talk or living your lifestyle, people are against that, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this house, we're against all of that. So we're against gun violence, black on black crime, fighting, as well as we're against whores. So the first question I usually ask people that live any type of lifestyle, right? Because you said you're for all people.
Absolutely.
Right? So how do you feel that lifestyle actually helps black people or helps a community?
Have you ever put your dick in pussy before, or you ain't never done that? Are you a virgin?
But that's not the question.
It is no. I'm very intelligent. I understand the question. You said no, but we have no. Yes, I do. You said, how does it help?
How does your lifestyle? I didn't ask you about having sex.
Okay,
actually, how does your lifestyle actually help? Because when you made that statement about gun violence, like people could watch people fight, people could watch people shoot. Those are bad things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you compare what you do to something that's hideous. So
no, I don't. That's what the world does, which is what the video was about.
Okay, so
when you get into religion, no, let me.
I'm not talking about religion.
No. But let me tell you where it came from.
Where what came from? The statement about the gun violence.
Yes, where my video "Pussy Over Pain" came from. That's what you're referring to. My whole thing about it is, when people discuss, just like you, I don't know what group this is, I do know, but when people like you seem to group something that feels good and causes pleasure with something that feels bad. I've never gotten shot before, but I can't imagine that it would cause an orgasm unless you're into that kind of thing. I can't imagine that it would release an endorphin or a vibrational frequency that is that of God. I don't think anything is positive about someone being killed or shot. That's why I asked you, have you ever had some pussy? Because you had pussy, you know it's a good experience. And you probably have noticed it if you're fucking the right pussy. You would probably know that your life should be better after that. Not just not in that of the moment that you're fucking her, but when I'm getting sex on a regular basis, when people are sexually liberated, when they can have sex without guilt or shame, then things tend to go a little bit better in their life. Meaning you vibrate at a higher level. You're happier. Sex actually reduces stress and things like that. I don't know how you can group something that feels bad and that kills people with something that feels good. Dick feels good. If you've had pussy, you would know it feels good. How is it the same thing?
Now, everything that you just said, as far as feelings and all of that, everything that you just said, I don't take issue with that. That's not my issue. Again, you still didn't answer my question, but we'll go to the next question because it's interesting that you mentioned God, right? So when you mentioned God, which you now brought religion into this, or spirituality into this.
Spirituality,
right,
yes.
Spirituality into this. So when you say it was given to us by God, it was also instructions given to us by God.
I didn't say it was given to us by God. You just said that.
No, I did not. I'm repeating what you said.
I never said nothing was given to us by God. I said when orgasm is God. It's the same energy. It's the same vibrational frequency.
Is God.
It's the same frequency. So how can orgasm be bad?
I want to be clear. You just said orgasm is God.
Yes.
Right? No sweat. So when I asked you my question and you went through all the whole sex or whatever, you still haven't answered the question that I asked you.
How does it affect the black community?
How I didn't say affect. I said, how does that benefit? Because what you're saying, black men and black women are already committing all acts of whoredom already, which is why we're number one in AIDS, even though we're only 12% of the population, which is why we number one in diseases, which is why
Not
we're
true.
number one in abortions, which is why we're number one in failed marriages.
Number one
etc.
where?
So when you say
in all these negative statistics,
so when you tell me this lifestyle that you're living, I'm trying to see where is the benefit. Like, how does that change my life or a woman's life if they can now be a whore, which what they was already doing? How does that change? So you did not answer my question.
Okay, I wanted to start off with sex because that's what you're relating it to. Because whenever you
I'm just relating to the life.
When you say whore, when you say whore, sex is in there, ain't it? Or is it not?
I'm gonna give you an example. We have a lifestyle that we live, right? So our lifestyle in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we follow the laws of God. So there's a moral code that we have to conduct ourselves in. So when you have your lifestyle that you're living, my question is, how does your lifestyle better the moral code or conduct of the community that you're profiting from? That is the question. I'm trying to remix it so you can understand it because you're not answering the question.
No, I understood it.
You would answer it then.
Okay, well, it started. No, you just have to listen.
I just want the benefit.
No,
you're telling me
I want to tell
orgasms
you
and everything
okay,
like
yeah,
that.
but
I can get that part.
Okay,
I just
no,
you didn't.
You didn't
how
get
does,
it.
After the orgasm and all that is over.
But that's all about sex. If you
benefit?
okay, great. All right, let me talk. I'm the guest. So this is
But
how
I
this
wanna
is.
know how it
No,
benefits.
I'm gonna tell you.
Have to answer the
it's
question.
hard to answer if you can't stop talking.
Go ahead. I gave you the floor for 3 minutes and you did not.
Well,
answer.
I want 3 more.
So answer the question.
All right, thank you.
You got the floor. Go ahead
Thank
and
you.
get it.
I appreciate the floor.
We're gonna see.
All right, so when people refer to whoredom, usually sexuality is somewhere involved in it. Correct? Right, which is why I brought up sex. So when you are talking about, I know you're looking at him, that's very clear. So when you are asking what is beneficial about sexual freedom amongst people, we have to take this down to a vibrational level that most of these people in the world don't even understand. Do you even know what the real cause of an STD is? You brought up AIDS, you brought up all of that. You brought up a lot of that kind of stuff. We can just talk about diseases. Let's talk about diseases. I'm sure you don't even know what the cause of that is. It's actually a vibrational frequency. It's something called law of attraction. It's something called vibrating at a certain frequency. It's something called guilt and shame. If you look up the metaphysical cause of any kind of disease, it is guilt, shame, things like that. And people like yourselves inspire lots of guilt and shame amongst Black people. You make people feel bad about something that they can't help. Not even you. You fight lust all the time. And you are basing this off of something that some dude wrote and now you just believe it. And that's real cute. But biologically speaking, sex is very natural. Sex is something that we're supposed to do. It's just like eating. You want to call it lust. I think my desire for a burger when I'm hungry and my desire for some dick in my pussy is the exact same type of thing. So if we can't have a conversation, you understand the root to diseases. And that's what I just told you. It's not physical, it's vibrational.
Okay, so before we get into the root of diseases, because now I see you over here talking, you speaking a lot about vibrational frequencies.
And he talked about disease.
No problem. No problem. Well, here's my question for you then. What did
she did not answer the first
I know
one.
she didn't. I'm going to come back. Let's see if you answer this one, then maybe we could backtrack. What did you use to measure the vibrational frequency of sex and God? Like, what was your instrument or tool that you used in order to say, here's my meter. Okay,
Intuition, what
my
I
life.
know. Life
Your
experience.
Now, what
my
is
life,
it,
my
what
life
is it-
experience.
What is it in life that all of a sudden this dawned on you and you were able to have this epiphany that you were able to say, this vibrational frequency matches this?
Well, actually, I didn't know it at one point. I went a long time not knowing none of this shit.
Well, okay, so what did you use once again in order to get this measurement, in order for you to understand that these increments were the same?
When you look at it and you understand, this goes back to the same thing you did. You studied some shit. And so I studied some shit. I broke it down. I studied some shit.
Everybody does the same thing, though. Everybody does the
You
same
wanted
thing.
to turn around. Oh, no, see, we don't do the same thing because we actually have something tangible.
That
You're
you
telling me you're
studied?
just pulling some shit out the air.
What's the book?
That's
What is
actually
that?
not what she's saying.
What book it is?
This is the book that you said was written by a man thousands of years ago. This is the King
This
James
nigga got the
version,
King James
1611.
Holy Bible, bitch. Acting like
correct.
that has any validity in anything. That's really interesting. Okay, who wrote
I
that
hear
though?
you. Okay, but here's what I'm trying to say. We're not even talking about that.
No. We're talking about books. Okay. We're gonna compare books now.
We're saying I have something tangible.
Did you come
That's
up
not
with?
tangible. Okay, all right, cool. All right.
He want to know what you came up with.
I give you that.
What was your
tangible?
I give you that. Okay. No.
That said this was God.
Let's talk about tangible. He's talking about the book. He says the Bible is tangible. You say that that's tangible. You looked in there.
You just agree it's tangible.
So I can point out the book too.
He pointed out the book as an example.
I'm about to agree with the
question.
I'm agreeing with the man right now. I'm actually going to agree with something that he just said.
And then answer my question.
You just said your shit that you got in your mind that you believe, which is okay. You got it from something that you read out of the book, correct?
It's tangible.
Correct. Okay. I'm agreeing. We are in the first thing
there
we
we
on
go.
all day.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so
let's get it.
I read several books. And I have lined it up with my own personal experience with diseases of all kinds, not STDs and things, but with diseases of all kinds. And I've used that to measure the validity of where I'm getting my information from. That's the first part of that. When you pick up your book, you got your book, I got my books. We both got books.
So you had a feeling in sex, and then where did you make the connection that this is the same vibrational frequency as God? Because that shit sounds like it's whatever I want it to be at the time.
It's your subconscious mind.
It just sounds good.
Oh, did you want to say something? Okay, go
ahead. Well, I don't want to take. I know, Sharon. I don't want to take over.
No. If you want to say something,
it seems like she's really the vibrational expert.
Right.
Your life experience is more information than any book that someone else has ever written. Your personal life experience.
So how many dicks did it take for you to get that vibration that made you feel like God?
I don't remember.
Because if you're saying it's your life experience,
actually depends on the dick, really. If you want the truth.
So then really, it's just
that's a fact.
So really, it's just made up. Then what you made
you
up.
got the most made up ass book ever. How can somebody talking about the Bible talking about something made up?
Don't use it as a scapegoat. Just stand on your own.
But they can't go beyond the Bible. That's where everything stops.
I wasn't even thinking about the Bible until they picked it up.
No sweat. But you're just using that because you can't answer the question.
I can't answer the question.
She said several books. I didn't make it up. The answer to
so where did you get your stuff from?
So now y'all
can't remember all of them. Hundreds of books.
I got it out of a book. I got out of several books.
The Bible's one of them.
And I aligned it with what was true with my own experience.
Which is why I said everyone does the same thing.
It is something. It is medical. It's something. Wait.
I got you. So can you tell me the books that you read that made it okay?
The Bible's one of them. The Bible's one of them because of the shame.
I just want to know the books that you read. It might be a good reference or something.
Okay, so you want to know the books that I read? Actually, I didn't really read any books that made me feel it was okay to fuck. No. Let me finish. No, wait. Wait, let me finish.
Listening,
y'all, they do so much more talking than listening. That's the thing. You think you can overpower because you got a deep voice, but the bottom line is, no, I can. If you give somebody a chance to answer, maybe somebody could actually answer.
What benefit is this lifestyle to Black people? It opens their minds and it frees them from the mental enslavement that a lot of these systems. But they're already
doing what you're saying.
The Bible,
but they're doing it with guilt and shame, which leads to that. And the guilt and shame comes from you.
There is no guilt and shame of being a whore.
It's just another form of enslavement. What do you mean there's no guilt and shame of being a whore?
It's
another form of
Do you see Black people today?
I'm looking at some right now.
There's plenty of people who feel bad about what it is that they're doing on the stuff.
I'm glad you said that. I was watching your video, right?
Enslaved by somebody else's word on life.
Videos. This was the video from, I think, last year, March of last year. It's like a 40-minute video.
Wait, we're rolling out?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a rolling out video, right? And there was a few instances. Because what I do find out, a lot of people that have sexual problems, so to speak, you may not want to call it a problem. I would call it a problem. Or sexual deviancy or live that lifestyle. When you trace back, there was some form of molestation that took place within their life. There was some type of
y'all are ignorant as hell.
So fucking ignorant.
Actually, I'm not. I've done lectures. I've done 4 lectures on this. So
on
now,
molestation?
What I noticed in your interview that you did was there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 instances where you referenced your childhood in that interview.
Mm-hmm.
When you were 12, you always mentioned about being a kid.
I am a big
slumber
kid.
Parties,
I'm a big kid.
like
yes.
that. So the question I would have is, what changed in your childhood that you always reference? You use that as a reference point.
I really am a big kid on the inside.
He's asking
which is
what happened to you
can I
that
rephrase
caused
the
you
question?
to be this way.
Okay,
I think
all
that's
right.
what he's really
yeah.
asking.
This like
What happened to you?
So now we're off vibrational frequency because ain't none of y'all measuring shit. But this is
you ain't measuring shit from that old ass Bible that's been edited and re-edited. You don't even know.
It's not even on the table right now. You understand?
But technically,
it is.
I talked about it as far as where beliefs come from. But just focus real quick. All right, so stay with me. So let me rephrase the question so y'all can understand. And either if both of y'all want to, this is what I want to know. So the other part was life experience. So where in your life experience did it lead you to the point where you decided to state that it was acceptable for y'all to be a whore? Where it's like, this is the lifestyle that I want to be on. This is fine. I shouldn't be covered in shame from this. And was there any trauma in your past which is why he's bringing up when you kept bringing up your childhood, which might have led to that?
No. And I was starting off the question by saying the reason why I reference my childhood, it is to promote the event, which is March 6th. And y'all
children. You said you reference your childhood to promote the event.
I referenced my childhood to promote the event because it was a playful element to the event. A lot of playful things happen.
For children or for adults?
Not for children. Not for children.
My motherfucking life.
Well, you mentioned children.
But you said this is
up to 21.
Example of somebody twisting shit.
Right.
I'm only going by what you said.
No, you're not. You're making up shit.
You just said you use the children to
no,
represent
I said
the
I
event.
use
to
my
represent
childhood
the playful
to
nature
represent
of the event. It's very clear.
Yes,
very
I use
clear
my
English.
So
yes.
your
What are you talking
orgy
about?
event, you want people to think of themselves as children.
To a certain degree, yes.
That's molestation.
No, it's not. God, he's an idiot. No.
That is mental destruction.
No, I'm going. No, stop talking. Everybody, stop talking.
Have
I'm
you
running this shit right now.
Have you been
No,
molested?
no.
Have you been molested?
Everybody, stop talking. I'm finna explain it because it's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to understand. No, but you're not listening. You're not. I'm not gonna let you finish. You're not gonna say that. You're not going to.
Let's listen.
I'm not gonna listen until I can explain. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna listen to nothing you're saying until you listen to me. After you listen to me, we can go into it. After you listen to me, you can talk. We're just gonna do this the whole time.
I feel like we're interviewing him.
I'm not even really listening to nothing that he's saying at all.
Whores
I'm not listening.
And
I don't know what you just said.
That's why you have to pay to come there.
Let's get back to the child thing because you can understand. You need some pussy because you are tight as hell. That's what's wrong with you. Ain't getting enough pussy. You're dry as hell. So let me go ahead and get back to what it is that I'm saying.
Take advantage.
You're dry as
women have to pay a certain price.
It's so obvious.
This dude here is not even listening.
It's so fucking obvious.
Right?
This is like you're not listening.
Say this is an example of
why don't you just say nothing and let me say what I'm gonna say?
Wouldn't that be a better?
Why don't you just say nothing for like 5 seconds?
Like better example.
This is going nowhere because I can't even say what I need to say. And I understand you want to win because you think this is your platform, but you ain't talking about a damn thing and you're not listening. All right, and please get some ass from several women tonight. You will have a desert dick. You're dry.
He got 5.
All right, I don't give a fuck. Okay, good. And all of
that
them,
doesn't mean you're getting good.
That's a whole nother issue. That's a whole nother issue. But let's reference to children. Let's reference to children things as I'm inviting young. Let's reference the children. When we were younger, the reason why, and I explained that very clearly in the interview since you studied it and you saw the whole thing.
I have your quotes.
So what I said was, when we are children, there is a freedom that we have. Take sex out of it. We're not even thinking about being judged when we're kids. We don't think about what's right or wrong. We like to color. We think we're not taught the limitations that ignorant adults put on us when we're kids. There's a freedom that kids have, a fearlessness that children have. That's the attitude that people have at my parties because nobody's judging them. No, it's not about doing whatever you want. It's about not being judged. It is
about doing whatever you want.
No, but when I said that, I'm not talking about a kid doing whatever you want, running into traffic and shit. I'm talking about the freedom that you have when you are a child when you come to my events. That's what I'm talking about.
Neither one of y'all have kids.
No.
Neither one of you. I didn't.
And
think
I don't
so.
see why you think it's why. And wait. Him and his 5 wives. I think that's beautiful that you have 5 women. Let me just say that I think it's beautiful that y'all have all these women. But all these women don't just want y'all dicks. So your dick is not that good. They should have more than one man. And so don't think that shit is cool.
No problem.
That's sexual. That's really sexual oppression with women. Absolutely is what y'all do.
Do y'all think like either one of you, with all of you saying that you lost track of how many dicks you've had? And you, I mean, I don't know where to start, but here's my point.
I need some more dicks. It hasn't been enough.
That's why I said I don't know where to start with you. And you like,
well, start right here
because we're so what's the word?
Actually, sexual liberation is actually very important.
Okay, so now do you like
y'all cause more issues than y'all even believe?
Are you guys
you
the
had
law?
A daughter? Would you want her to be like you?
Absolutely, I'm a fucking legend. I'm a beautiful person. Absolutely.
So you would want her to live the same lifestyle as you?
What's so funny is you don't even know my lifestyle. All these niggas don't know. You don't even know my lifestyle, but your projected lifestyle of me liberating
Very
women,
judgmental.
Helping women become sexual free, helping. But you don't.
If I'm not mistaken,
but you don't know my day-to-day life, do you?
You get what I'm saying?
That's your perspective on her lifestyle.
But that's cool.
You
If you think that I love men,
orgy parties.
Yes, I do with pride.
Would your daughter be allowed to do the same thing?
Yeah.
And you saying that's beneficial, which goes back to my
the black community.
It is absolutely beneficial.
How is that?
It is absolutely beneficial.
How is that beneficial to the black community when we're #1 in
because
AIDS,
when you stifle sexual energy and you have all that guilt and shame, it causes problems within your body. There is guilt and shame around sex.
Here's why I'm gonna correct
so the only people who I'm sorry to cut you. I'm Salaki. So the only people who contract AIDS are the ones who had guilt during sex.
The ones that when you harbor that sexual guilt, yes, absolutely. So that has a lot to do with it.
It has nothing to do with, because I don't know if you know real science, not just, you know what I'm saying, vibrations and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we can't never have a conversation. Vibration is everything.
You're telling me that
this conversation is above your head.
Are you a doctor?
But you were to sleep with somebody who has AIDS unprotected, you will not contract the virus?
You know what's so interesting? I said the same thing. I can relate to why you say that. I really can. This is just me being, I know we had this heated debate, but I understand when Kenya and Rakim Saku first said that shit, I laughed. I thought they was dumb. I talked shit about them all up and through the streets because I felt the same way that you did. I understand you.
So you slept with somebody with AIDS.
I understand that. No,
and didn't contract the virus.
No, let me understand. Let me tell you, I get where you're coming from on that. But as I did my own research and actually understood what the fuck they were saying, when it comes down to things like the law of attraction, you can only attract people that's on the same frequency. I cannot attract a man into my life with AIDS. If I did, I wouldn't even be able to have sex with him. It's that deep. No, what's dumb is you don't get it. It's over your head. You don't get it.
Don't understand.
You'll never understand it. You won't. Have you? But let me ask y'all something. A serious question. Have y'all ever studied law of attraction, vibration? Have y'all ever studied it? Really studied it?
You talking about The Secret?
Oh, it's going so
talking
much
about
deeper
energy.
Than the secret.
Talking about
so
energy.
much deeper than the secret.
Talking about
It's so
energy.
much deeper than the secret, sweetie. But no, that's a serious question.
What I find interesting.
No, it's yes or no. Have you studied?
You guys have all this
really
background and to not know about energy makes no sense. All you're doing is drawing energy in here.
Hold on.
You have
the color black draws energy. So
listen, energy, vibration, frequency. These are basic components in the universe and what things are made out of. I'm not even in disagreement with that. But I'm talking.
But no law of attraction. No,
I'm talking about. I'm talking about. There's certain laws in life, whereas if you sleep with somebody unprotected who have AIDS, you're going to contract the virus.
That's
true.
Not true.
Example.
That's
can
not
give you
true.
So now,
give you a prime example.
So now,
no,
hold on.
If you kiss someone with a cold, will you automatically get a cold?
I can give you a prime example.
The answer is no. The answer is no.
The best thing is that she's like, well, even if I'm not guilt-free, I wouldn't sleep with somebody with AIDS. I'm never going to sleep with somebody with AIDS. So
no, I said I wouldn't attract them. I said I wouldn't attract them. This shit is going way over y'all ignorant ass
heads. To attract it.
Y'all are ignorant.
Especially in Atlanta.
Have a conversation here.
What I also find interesting is how
it's over there. They
can't get it.
They don't get it.
Everybody,
that's where you guys are limited in that book. That
we
you
can't
didn't even
have
write
a conversation
yourself.
if you don't understand vibrational frequency on a quantum physics level. You can't fuck with me on none of this.
You really can't.
And your women, I feel sorry for all of your wives.
Y'all don't even understand
you do
that
not
the
have
color
the money of the dick to satisfy all them women, and you never will.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Quantum physics is probability. It's not real.
So law of attraction is real.
No.
Who said
We can't have a
quantum physics is
conversation.
not real?
So law of attraction is not real. You've studied it enough to know that it's not real. So you can think about
If someone
poverty and
slaps
not
you in
get
the face,
poverty.
that's not real.
So
You're not gonna
those don't
feel
become
that?
things.
That is physics.
Okay.
Based on quantum
So
mechanics.
thoughts don't become
Quantum
things.
physics, quantum mechanics, you sound stupid.
Fuck all that.
Because
Do
all it
thoughts
is-
become
because all it
things?
is
How do I
is a
sound stupid?
probability
Do thoughts
of a
become
guess.
things? Do
So
thoughts
now
become
again,
things?
You guys
it
are
would go
talking about
back
things
to
you know
my
nothing
original
about.
Do
You're
thoughts
talking about a
become
science
things?
you know
I brought
nothing
you guys
about.
here, the benefit that I wanted from where I brought you guys here.
How are your wives benefited? You don't have to
because
dig
I
other
wanted
money to
to
take
know
care of all of the
how
5 women. So
y'all
let's go ahead and get
benefit.
into
I'm
it.
trying to
How are your wives
understand
benefiting from this with
How
you?
do your lifestyle
That's repression.
that you're pushing, that you're really just making money off of black people? How
No,
does
white
that
people too.
benefit?
White people too. I make money
How-
off
well, I don't
everybody,
care
just
about
like you
white-
do.
I don't care about. No, we don't cater to white people.
I care
We
about
don't.
all people.
We don't. We don't. We don't. We
And
only
that
care
makes
about
you
black
better?
people. No, I ain't saying. I'm
That-
not saying
that
because
makes-
I
that makes
just
you
want you to
good?
understand we don't care about white people like that. That's right.
If you care about black people, you don't try to liberate
Who owns
them.
this building? Who owns this building? Is this a black-owned building? It's not. So why are you in here? Why are you in here if you don't fuck with white people? Who owns this building?
We told
You
you.
keep contradicting everything you're saying over
Because
and over
black,
again.
the reason why black
Everything's
women have
over
the
your
most
head.
sexual fucking diseases. Okay,
It's
we go
because
there.
most of them have
the
been
reason
molested
why
as children.
Okay,
You're
And-
not
okay.
educated
Yes, they
enough
have.
to talk about
One
that.
in 4
You talking to
women
2 bitches
have
ain't now. I ain't
been
never had no dick in my pussy
molested.
when I was a kid. So
That you'll
you're wrong.
admit to.
Yeah, me either.
You won't admit to, but we know that's a lie.
What's wrong with your wives? Like they would just have you.
No, ain't nothing. Ain't
It's
about
a lot
my
wrong with
wives.
them.
It's about
It
you
is.
not
It's a lot
admitting.
wrong.
The
It's-
reason why
because
you bring
they
up your
believe there's
childhood
something wrong
is because
with
you
them.
was molested.
No,
It's
I
because
was
somebody
not.
did touch you at 12.
No.
And so you have a sexual problem where the only thing you could think of is to have multiple rods in your mouth. That's the only way.
I just like
a
the
woman
texture
like
of dick
you
in my
lives
mouth,
that
sweetie.
life.
I think
The
dick is
only
good.
way
So that's why I
strippers
sit
live
down
that
because it
life,
tastes
Doesn't
good.
sex
prostitutes
feel
live
good
that
though?
life,
But sex
and
feels
people like
good.
you
Does
live
sex
that
feel good
life.
for everyone in this
It's
room, or
because
does
you
it feel
were
bad for
molested.
somebody in here?
That's it.
So now this nigga
You're
know what I was
molested.
doing in
Who
my
does not fuck with
childhood.
And
sex
it
in here?
shows. That's why you talk fast, and that's why you reference your
I
childhood.
talk fast because I don't. That's just
and
what the
the
fuck
day
I was
that
doing.
you
Why do y'all
face
talk-
that-
why do y'all
the day
talk
that
so
you
loud?
face that
Why do you guys
traumatic
talk
event
so loud?
in your life? I'm not talking loud. I'm just talking.
In general, though.
Why the day that
Right
you
now,
face
you're not, but
that
in general,
traumatic
y'all be
event
loud
that
as fuck.
faced in
All
your life,
clowns.
I guarantee you'll stop being a whore. You'll
I
stop
think whores
pushing
have all the fun.
being a
I
whore.
have no desire to be a
Whores do
sexless
not
bitch.
have the fun.
I don't want to be no
Whores are
sexless
the
bitch.
ones
Ain't
who
nothing
say-
good
and
about
you
being
know the saddest
sexless.
part, how I know you
Nothing
was
about
molested?
it.
Because
It's
I didn't
good.
say that you can't have sex.
That's
I
what I'm
said
saying.
stop being a whore.
You-
I didn't say you
what's the
couldn't have
difference?
sex.
Who
That's
are
how you know
you?
you've been molested.
That's
That's
the
how
difference.
you
Who
know
are
your
these? Who are
whole
these people
life has
telling
been
us what the
destroyed.
right thing to do?
And you need to come
Who are you
about the
guys?
demons that's on you. Because the
There
whole
are
time
actually
demons in this
Dick
room.
helps me with my
this
demons,
evening
bitch.
that you can't have sex. I
Dick-
didn't say that one time.
So I can
But
have
the
sex with
only
one man
sex you
forever?
can think of is being a whore. That's how you know you've been molested.
By the way, y'all don't know
Because
shit about
sex
demons. I'll
is
tell you
not a
that
bad
right now.
thing.
They don't know nothing
I never
about
said-
Y'all
demons.
know
I
shit
never
about
said
demons, so
sex
don't
was
even
a
try
bad
that
thing.
right now.
I said
If it's not
multiple
bad.
sex partners for
Okay,
you
okay, let
is
me
a
know.
bad thing. But before you
Help
go,
me
we
understand.
got a call. Can you put your headphones on?
Let's just talk about demons because they're not
Can
gonna
you
like
put your
that.
headphones on? Because we do have a caller that called in. We're gonna take the caller. Hold on 1 second.
We should have got
Hold on. You should have got here. Y'all should have showed up one time, but you were scared. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Now I'm scared.
Can you hear?
Scared.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Scared.
Shalom, Israel. This is I Empress Sekhmet in the building. Y'all already know what it is.
Oh, okay. No sweat, sis. Can you hear? Can you hear in your headphones, sis?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, no sweat. You got a question or a comment?
Do I? Do I? First, let me say this again. Shalom, Israel. Peace to Captain Cox's Peace, Captain Cesar.
Shalom, sis. Shalom, sis.
Please pardon the difference in the reflection of my voice when I begin to address this sperm burping gutter slut lunatic whore whore that y'all have on the show this evening. Okay? So please pardon me, Captain. Now,
No problem. Go ahead.
Let me begin here and say, this is the breakdown of the moral fiber of the Black community manifested in physical form. This lunatic whore that y'all have brought on this show, especially on International Women's Day, I am moved I am flabbergasted.
Thanks for the support, sis.
That y'all even allow something like this on this day. But let me say this.
On this holy day, holy
we
whore
talk
day.
about sexually transmitted diseases, but we need to talk about sexually transmitted demons.
Yes.
The demons that are transmitted from having multiple sexual partners is something that we do not address in the Black community. The chaos that it brings to our sisters' minds, bodies, and spirits is something that needs to be
got to the
addressed.
tabernacle and shit.
We all know that sex, when you consummate a relationship in sex, that's spiritual marriage. So all of these people that you are consummating with on multiple levels, you are now connected with. So when you move from one man to another man to another man, you are now bringing all of that energy from the last dick to the next dick to the next dick. And then we want to look at why Black relationships fail. It's because we're having chaotic energy.
Black relationships fail because y'all lying and act like you just want one
lying
motherfucker.
about
That's what it is,
cheating
bitch, please. That's what the problem is. Black relationships are failing because they're not being.
This is sexual deviancy.
Because
And
only
there
they
is
can
a
only be a
difference.
whore to have a
There
relationship,
is a
right?
difference.
So what if
y'all hear me?
Right.
Sex with more than one
But
woman
that's
at a
the
time?
only relationship you've ever talked about was being a whore.
But what about you? Aren't
do
you having
realize-
sex with?
No,
Are you
but
fucking all your
hold on
wives?
one second, sis. Hold on
No, I
one
just
second.
need to know,
segment.
are you having
I
sex
ain't
with
saying
all
hold
of your
on to
wives?
you.
You're
I'm
not
not
even
saying
gonna
hold on
respect
to
the
you.
caller.
Hold
What
on one
kind of
second,
show is
segment.
this?
You realize the only relationship you talk about having is one that involves you being a whore. Now you're gonna try to sidetrack and talk about me. But
I'm not sidetracking. You brought up your wife. I didn't even know you had 5 wives.
I did not bring up my
How would I
wives.
know you had all them wives until the crew told me?
No
I didn't
sweat.
know what you had. I thought you were single. I didn't know nothing like that.
No problem at all.
Because you didn't
It
seem like you
still
be driving me.
doesn't
So I
take
didn't know
away.
you had all
It
this pussy.
still doesn't take away. The only time you talk about relationships is when you're a whore. Even so far as to say, when I said stop being a whore, you said we saying sex is bad when we're not. Sex with your man is not bad.
Is it?
But
So let
sex
help
with
me
your
understand.
multiple men is bad. When you
Why is it bad? Okay, why is it bad?
When
Why is it bad?
When you're talking about an orgy, you're talking about take one woman having more than one partner at the same time. Or
that's a worship. I look forward to
you're
that.
talking about two men being together as homosexuality. Those are
I don't know why you brought
encompasses
homosexualities
because that's
into
what takes
it.
place.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't turn away
You yourself
anyone,
said,
but still.
That's another
you yourself
conversation.
said you would like to put a strap on and have sex with a man. That's homosexuality.
I would actually, it's only homosexual if it's a man doing it. If you want to get technical,
it's all homosexuality.
No, it's
But
only
it's
there's
a
no
man that would take a rod up his ass
from a
fake
woman
or
likes
real,
a woman.
fake or real.
Y'all
is a
get real technical
homosexual.
except for when it
It's
counts.
not technical
You
at
get-
all.
no,
it's just
no,
the truth. So
no, it's not.
You don't really have a fathom. That's why I said the day that you can
This nigga
address
here is just all
your
wrong.
child molestation,
It's
what happened to
entertaining,
you
though.
at 12 years old, is the
Nothing
day I
happened to me
guarantee
at
you
12.
that you'll stop. It did.
At 12,
That's why
what was I doing?
12 is the only number that you mentioned. 12. In that interview, every time you reference as the
Nothing
child,
happened to me
slumber
at 12.
parties
Nothing
at
happened
12,
to me in none of those
this at
ages.
12, this at 12. I guarantee you, if you actually told the truth, we could talk behind the scenes, and I guarantee you would tell me the truth. But you won't tell me the truth on here.
No, I won't.
I'm gonna let Segment
Actually, I
finish.
will tell you the truth because none of it's true.
I'm gonna let. We got 3 minutes left, so I'm gonna let Segment finish. You can go ahead and finish Segment.
Okay, let me get right to it. When we talk about sexual decency, we have to talk about the white man, the Bible. The white man is the devil in the Bible, and these things that we're discussing right now comes directly from our oppression. This using our women as sexual instruments.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on 1 second. Wait. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Call from unknown caller. To add this
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Shalom. My name is Lawrence Pitts, calling from Philadelphia.
Okay, you got a question
Philly
or
in the
comment?
building. What's up, brother?
I actually do, man. I want to know, how can we find salvation with this type of lifestyle?
That's
What is? Can you define salvation?
Well, why don't
Can you guys
define it with your lifestyle?
We should have got here
That's his
earlier.
question.
I should have got here earlier.
His question is, how could you have salvation with your lifestyle?
I define salvation as freedom, as an understanding of yourself, as getting rid of a lot of those bondages.
You know
and
what salvation
enslavement.
means?
What does it mean?
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
So you don't know. It's fine if you don't
what
know.
What does it mean?
No, your definition.
You think it's an absolute truth. So I'm open to
your definition.
No,
I just shared with you my perspective on what salvation is to me. So now
I asked you, what does it mean? Like,
I just told you what it meant.
So that's what it means.
Should I repeat
salvation
what I said?
is simple. Salvation just means to be saved from some peril or danger. That's all salvation is.
This does that, nigga. What is wrong with y'all?
Salvation do you get?
That is the definition of salvation, to be saved.
Yes, you're right about that. It's one of the ways. I'm telling you, I'm a lot happier when I'm having sex. Right. When I'm not getting dick, I'm not as happy.
When you're saved, you're free.
After it's over, I'm with usually men that I love, and that's so it's great. I don't have a problem with it. Since you make this all about sex with orgies and shit, which is what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna go.
I hope that answers your question.
And back to the woman or woman say, I am the woman. Guess what? Because I am a sexual being.
Representation of a woman.
Yeah. I'm a sexual being. Are you serious? I'm a sexual being.
Of a whore.
Okay, I guess all women are whores.
And I pray no woman ever lives like
all women are whores.
Like
we all women desire more than one man. They just don't tell you the truth. And just like you desire more than one woman.
Show. The main reason we wanted
Women's
them
Day
to
is perfect
come
for me.
on this show.
Gotta pop it on the show.
It was a perfect segue
women.
to understand why I.S.U.P.K. is needed everywhere.
And
why
to highlight the problem with black community. The problem with the black community.
You guys have the answers. What are they? What are the solutions?
Okay, yeah. What are solutions? Yeah.
Maybe you can enlighten us right now.
Enlighten us, please. Do it right.
Can you enlighten us right now?
And I'm getting the last word because I'm the guest. So go ahead.
Get the last word. I'm going to answer your question, and then the show going to be over. So I'm going to repeat your question. Your question was, what do we offer? Right?
Shams, repression, guilt, shame, poverty,
offer, right?
All that. You offer everything that's wrong with the world.
How can you save us?
That you offer everything that's wrong.
I'm going to answer your question. When you look at the state of black people, right? Black people.
What's the state of black people?
Yeah.
Where? What black people? Where?
You're
so general.
Now you know how we feel.
You talking about Harlem? You talking about black people in Africa? Black people are in.
Wow. What we do as black people, there's a condition that black people suffer from, whether it be Stockholm syndrome, child molestation, rape, murder, black on black crime, drug epidemic, AIDS epidemic. No matter what you talk about it, black people are destroyed in it everywhere. Have you went outside today? Have you went to Harlem? That's why there's two different cities. There's called the ghetto and there are the suburbs. So you guys will never understand the moral compass is what black people lack. That's why we kill each other. That's why you said yourself. That's why you said yourself when you on your video. That's why you said yourself. We could watch videos of people beating each other up, and we could watch people fighting and killing each other. We can do that all day. You said yourself. You said yourself, right? You said yourself, right? They don't. They don't. You know the problem is. You know what the blessing is. I can give them a moral compass, and they don't have to be a whore. You can't give nobody a moral compass. That's why all your women can be are whores. All your men can be are faggots. That's all they can be. Any man that'll put his rod inside of you after another man's sperm been inside of you is a faggot. And with that, we'll end the show.
Oh man.
Do not let whores into your house.
Don't let lame insecure basically.
No,
dear Lord.
You stopped the broadcast?
I'm about to. I was gonna say something, but
you want to say it?
Honestly, like I'm at a loss for words. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's good for the black community to see what actually exists.
Like you. You know what I'm saying?
And she would be proud of that.
Like if
she's proud of that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Proverbs 9:13, a whore is clamorous.
Dear Lord.
She wiping the mouth as if she do nothing.
Like if
I didn't think these type of bitches existed everywhere. I didn't know that bitches like this existed on the planet ever.
If you were my daughter, like you would be cast out of my house, my life for life.
Where was your father at?
You know what I'm saying?
Was your father around?
Like your father's proud of you?
Where's your father?
My God.
Your daddy.
Your father failed.
Your father failed.